Thank you very
Is
much.
it your first trip?
No, the second actually, but I usually come in winter and it's freezing cold here.
What do you mean? This is a warm front that we have over here. Gosh, you've chosen. I don't know the weather. It snowed in Johannesburg. Do you know that? Hanlie, how are you doing?
I'm well, thanks, and you?
Good, good, thank you. Now, you've got a very interesting job, and I know that we've heard in the keynote sessions that how deeply embedded SAP is at BMW. You're the solutions architect for BMW. Tell us about the role that SAP plays together with BMW.
Oh, they play a very important role, Jeff. Our industry is built on SAP, and our solutions, everything, are built around SAP. And we cannot find another software that can do what SAP does for BMW.
Absolutely, and you know the technology is there, and it's there to make our lives easier. It's there to improve processes. And tell us a little bit about your organization, Ernst.
Well, when you look at SAP, SAP is a great standard software, but what customers like BMW did, they also used the opportunity to enhance the software with customizations to actually implement their custom processes, right, to match their needs. The little problem with that is when you change your software, you also have to adapt the custom processes. And there's a way of doing that. You can do that manually with a lot of consultants and developers, but our way of approaching the problem is with intelligent automation. So we built an intelligent automation platform, and we are automating the process of modernizing and transforming SAP custom code.
You know, it's extraordinary when you look at organizations, and I love automation. I've been following it very closely over the last few years, and it's amazing how much time automation is saving organizations and how much money, how many of those processes it's taking out of the loop. And I'm sure at BMW, for example, even from a production point of view, I mean, the process of automation must be cutting away many man hours and saving you lots of money.
Oh yes, definitely, and especially with the help of SmartShift, we have saved over 16,000 man days.
Sorry, 60,000 days of man days at BMW have been saved because of automation.
Because of the SmartShift automation.
How did you guys do that?
Yeah, actually, we are building a solution which pretty much uses algorithms to address problems in the code.
Yes.
And so you don't have to fix it manually. We run it through our tooling, and it does what a developer would do as well, but 1,000 times faster, 1,000 times higher quality, and also giving a lot of options to modernize the core, the code for getting, for example, to a more clean core system, right? A modern SAP system.
So taking that data, making more sense of it, because it's been all about the data and the AI. So if you can make that and turn that into tangible solutions, that's when you start saving lots of time and improving processes. Is there a big difference, or is it the same thing? We hear of automation and we have hyper-automation. Is there a big difference between the two?
Well, we would need to talk about what's the definition of what. I would call our stuff hyper-automation, right? That is, if you look, we are talking today about a system which supports the Roslyn production system here for BMW, and they have thousands of custom codes. They have thousands of issues in the code to be corrected, and we are doing this in a couple of computing hours, right? Where otherwise you would need months and weeks of manual labor. So if that is not hyper automation, I don't know.
So here's a controversial question. A lot of people talk about, you know, technology taking away people's jobs, and you know, but in fact, we work together with people and we unlock people value to be able to do more things. And I mean, I spoke to somebody just now who thought, you know, AI is a possibility, you know, a threat to people's jobs, but it's not. It's how we approach the entire process. That, you know, all those manual hours that we spend, it's unnecessary time spending. We can do that, make better use of the time with more intelligent processes. What are your takes on that?
This is exactly my American friends all call this type of labor which we take away, they call it monkey work, right? Because it's the repetitive technical work. And if you ask your developers, no one wants to do that, yes, right? They want to do value-added work. They want to look at business processes. How do I improve business processes? How do I implement a new Fiori application or whatever? They don't want to do hundreds and thousands of syntax changes in the system, yes, right? And our automation is taking that away, right?
Correct. Yeah. I mean, we want our developers to do innovation, new stuff. We don't want them to sit and fix old code.
Exactly, and that enables BMW to A, produce more cars, better cars, more efficiencies, better processes, everything in there. So this is, your keynote over here is going to be exciting. What are you guys going to be talking about? I imagine what we've been talking about, but what are you going to be focusing on specifically?
Well, we are talking a little, setting the stage about what's the problem of customizations, but why you also need them, right? There's a good reason for having them. Then we talk in general how BMW utilizes SmartShift. So it's not only in the South African system, it's altogether 69 SAP systems we are working for. And then we take a deep dive into Hanlie system, which is this Roslyn plant system here, and how they utilized our solutions there.
And you know, I've seen pictures of the Roslyn plant. It's like
That's magnificent.
robots, it's magnificent. What are we producing in Roslyn out of interest? I know is it the X3 that comes from there?
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
yes, and there's also a lot of new things coming from the Roslyn plant, which I can't actually say now.
Watch the space. Watch the space.
Watch this space, yeah, the Roslyn plant, there's a lot coming from
There you go. Just talking about automation and how important it is in the entire process. Every organization, we're talking about automotive here. This is BMW, but it applies in every single process. And in this keynote over here, Arndt Hoffmann is going to be unlocking a lot of the talk about this automation. And let me just ask you one final question, Arndt. From a SmartShift point of view, when companies approach automation, what's the biggest mistake they make when they start that entire process?
Well, at the end, the question is how do you utilize automation, right? And we as SmartShift, we once decided that we don't give just automation to our customers, but we give it in a packaged way to deliver a turnkey solution at the end, right? Because sometimes you get a tool, you don't get introduced to it, you don't know what's the outcome. At the end, our customers want to buy outcomes from us, right? They want to say, I have this system X, it should go to S4, and my code should be transformed and modernized. And so we provide automation in a turnkey way and guarantee the outcome, right? And take out the risk of the technology and stuff like that for our customers.
Fantastic. Arndt and Hanlie, thank you so much for joining us and coming at you live from one of the breakout rooms here at SAP 2023.